Hello and good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca. Welcome to the Undefeated channel. Wake up and Barca, live Barcelona news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But today we've got a very special Thursday edition of Wake Up and Barca because we've got Europa League. Barcelona hosting Napoli in the first of two legs for this qualifier for the round of 16 Europa League. We got to go through Napoli, who came in second in their group, to drop down to face us to get into the round of 16 of Europa League. So we're going to talk all about the news going into it. We'll discuss everything you need to know about Napoli. We'll talk about the lineups. We'll get predictions and anything else that comes up as we start our day. Of course, if this is your first time finding us, welcome, my friends, to the Undefeated channel. I want to invite you to join the Stash Squad here on the Undefeated channel. Like I said, we're here live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, catching up on the Barcelona news, having some caffeine while we start our day, and then we are live for all the Barcelona matches. Doesn't matter if it's La Liga, Europa League, Copa del Rey, Champions League when we were in it, whatever the case may be. If Barcelona's playing, we're here live. I do the commentary. You get to participate in the chat with Culers from around the world as we cheer on the Blaugrana. But today, like I said, it is all about Europa League action. We're going to talk news, headlines, lineups, and predictions. Let's go ahead and get this party started, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right. Good morning, folks. I'm going to first turn to the chat and say my hellos. Real quick before we do that, I'll just share a reminder for everybody what our squad looks like. Slight change. Nico, of course. Well, actually, that's a good question. Is Nico going to have to wear the number 28 for this? Because he changed his number to 14 after the Europa League squad was released. So I actually don't know the answer to that. Maybe when I turn to the chat and say my hellos, you all will be able to tell me, because I'm not sure, actually, if Nico's going to be wearing number 14. No, I did it. No. Man, back to zero. It's a fun little game we play. I got to get the actual counter going so we can know what my record streak is. It can't be more than like a week or so of not restarting my intro. Anyway, let's see who we got in here with us here. Samuel, good morning. Ayush, the Stash Mod, good morning, sir. My nephew from India. Heine's in here with us. Grand Rising, right back to you. Stay blessed. Good to have you in here. Sem, hello, sir. Good afternoon to you. Alex Hernandez is in here with us. Prashanth, as always, welcome, sir. Good morning. Afif and Referee have joined us. Anzani, hello, sir. Saw your comment earlier. Appreciate the support. Kalamju is back with us. All right. Afif, I think I already said hello. SK, good morning. All right, we got a good squad in here today, folks, to talk all things Barcelona. Like I said, this is the squad. We'll go over starting lineups here in just a little bit. We got kickoff at 12:45 p.m. That is Eastern Standard Time. I know we're worldwide here on the Undefeated channel, so convert that for your time zone. We're going to be going live about 30 minutes before that. 30 minutes before kickoff. We'll be back here live. We'll be doing lineups, which should be released. We should have the official starting 11. We'll get our energy up. We'll get excited for the kickoff here at 12:45. Of course, there are some other matches going on in Europa League. Sevilla is playing Dynamo. Zenit against Betis. Sociedad is playing Leipzig. That'll be an interesting one. Those are all the Spanish teams. Outside of that, we have Atalanta versus Olympiacos, Dortmund versus Rangers, Sheriff versus Braga, Porto versus Lazio. Folks, this is... Europa League is by no means ours to win. All right? Dortmund, Porto, Lazio, Napoli, Atalanta, Sociedad, Leipzig, all make me nervous. None of those would be walkovers. So, in playing in a tournament that we have not been in since 2003, 2004, playing in a tournament that we have not ever won. In fact, we've never even been in the final. Could this be the year where Barcelona actually finds their way to their first Europa League trophy? I have my doubts. I have my doubts, folks. I definitely have my doubts. Even just looking at Napoli, who are sitting third in a very close Serie A race. These guys are no walkovers. This is not going to be a team that we get to just snag 3 points, an easy victory, and then go into the second leg no problems. Napoli have won, I think, 3 of their last 5, only lost 1. So they drew against Inter, beat Venezia. Let's see, any big wins? 5-2 loss over Fiorentina. Heated match, obviously. Drew against Juventus, win against Sampdoria. They beat Milan. So Napoli's a tough side. If you look at, here, we'll go into this match to take a look at their lineup. They got a lot of firepower, folks. They got Osimhen, Insigne, who's going to, I think, Toronto at the end of this year in the MLS. Politano on the right-hand side, that makes me nervous. Zielinski running through the middle there. And then if you turn to their bench, they've got Dries Mertens, who scored on us when we played them back in 2019-2020 in the Champions League. Is Chucky Lozano injured? I don't see him on there. I'm assuming then that Chucky Lozano is injured since he wasn't part of the squad. Could be wrong. But they got a lot of firepower, folks. And they make me nervous. Like I said, we played them back in 2019, 2020 of Champions League. We got the first leg in where, 1-1, I think it was. And then COVID hit, so we had to wait 6 months to play the second leg in August, which was actually the day of my wedding. Ayo. And we did win, so that was good. But Napoli's going to be tough, folks. Napoli is going to be tough. Is Koulibaly injured? I would also assume so, because he wasn't involved in that match. We can go to the one before. I guess we'll hop on the old Twitter, and maybe we'll go Napoli. See what comes up. Hopefully football stuff. Competition. Yada yada yada. I was wondering if anybody was going to bring up Maradona during this tie. Of course. Squad list. This was 21 hours ago. This is their full squad. I'm not sure if any of these folks are injured, though, like I said. Okay, no Chucky Lozano. Am I wrong that he is at Napoli? No, he plays for Napoli. Not going to play against Barcelona. Okay. Is he injured? He's going to be injured. Okay. No worries. Probably good for Barcelona. But this is the squad list otherwise for Napoli. I know I'm cutting off a few of the defenders there, but you got Koulibaly, Malqui, Mario Rui, who's dangerous, Ramani, and Zanoli back there for defense. Napoli's going to be tough, you guys. Napoli's going to be tough. I'm a little bit nervous about it. They got a lot of firepower up top, and they got pace on the wings too, and that tends to give Barcelona trouble this year. Oscar, good morning, sir. Who else we got in here? Ghost Lost, love the name. How we doing? Sam says Osimhen is going to be a problem. Is it Osimhen or Osimhen? Osimhen. It's Osimhen. Okay. I'm going to mispronounce his name once or twice. Stay Blessed says Lozano is injured. Thank you for confirming. Good for Barca because he would have been a problem. Problem, yes. Would have been out on the wings there. Chucky, Insigne, even Mertens when he starts drifting wide. That's all going to be an issue for Barcelona. Speaking of Barcelona, why don't we jump over and take a look at a potential starting 11 for the Blaugrana? Because we got some things to talk about, folks. I'm actually not 100% sure on these ones. Culers, yeah, man, whenever there's some La Liga teams that I'm not familiar with, I mess up those names, and then whenever we go into Europe, like when we play teams from the Ukraine or from Turkey or from Greece, stuff like that, boy, gives me a headache sometimes, tell you that. Tongue twisters. For being a subtle man, humble man, I should say, from a small town in West Virginia, these names sure do give me fits. KN1, good morning, sir. All right, Barcelona versus Napoli. Kickoff later today. It's 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be live 30 minutes before that. We'll reiterate a starting 11. We'll go over predictions, all that jazz. But right now, I want to take a look at what could be a starting 11. We're going to speculate a little bit. We're going to speculate here on what Xavi might line up with. So let me start with giving you as close to what Xavi has been going with in La Liga, which is Ter Stegen between the posts, a back four of Alba, Piqué, Araujo apparently not going to be available for this one. That means Eric's going to slide in. He's got some making up to do after coming off the bench for Araujo in the last match, and his performance was a stinker, let me tell you. Dest is sliding in at right back. Dani Alves got a red card in La Liga. Doesn't affect Europa League, but Dani Alves is not on the roster for Europa League. So that's going to be Serginho Dest, wide right. Now in the midfield, we've been seeing De Jong, Busquets, and Pedri with a front three of Gavi, Torres, and Adama. Adama's been tearing things up on that right-hand side. He's absolutely amazing, a physical specimen, and he was pulling out the tricks and flicks, the flair, the last match too. Did not realize that he had the rollovers and the stepovers that he had available in his arsenal. So Adama definitely starts. Outside of that, I have some questions, folks. All right, this is a midweek tie. It's addition to La Liga, and we have a tough match against us this weekend on Sunday against Valencia. So let me first point out Busquets, who I love, okay, and respect very much, and he's been doing a tremendous job holding down that pivot role. With that said, there's just no way he can keep playing 90 minutes week in, week out, and throw in these Europa League ties. I just don't understand. So I think whether or not Busquets starts is going to be a clear sign of how much of a priority Europa League is for Barcelona. If Busquets does not start, if he gets a rest, then Xavi is clearly saying, I'm putting the emphasis on La Liga and securing a top 3 or 4 position. Which, by the way, Atletico Madrid lost yesterday. Let's go. Anyway, I digress. If he starts him, then the assumption would be that he's going to get a rest over the weekend. If he plays today and starts against Valencia, then apparently Busquets has found the fountain of youth. He and Tom Brady have a hot tub and some real estate next to it and are never going to retire, apparently. So I'm not sure. I would like to explore what it might look like if Busquets takes a little break today. Maybe we rest him for the big match coming up against Valencia. If that happens, simple solution, of course, would be Busquets coming on the bench, Nico sliding in right here, and then what you would end up seeing is more Pedri pushing forward, and then Frankie and Nico sharing that role. That's option number 1. Let me get some reactions to that, because I've got some others to go through, my friends. Don't you worry. We're going to play around with this a little bit. Sem says, Nico and Frankie double pivot has been heavily rumored. Prashant says, Gavi, Luke, Adama. That's a little spoiler, Prashant. We're going to get to that too. Do I think Dembele will start this match? Think Xavi really likes him? I would say that it's not out of the question for Dembele to get a start. Again, if you look ahead to the La Liga tie against Valencia, we do need to rotate our squad a little bit. So who's in most need of a rest? Let's start there. Busquets, right? He's in most need of a rest. Who else is either in need of a rest, or is there someone on the bench that needs some playing time? I would maybe look at swapping De Jong for, I could go either Torres or Gavi. So let's make an argument here. All right, if we want to throw Luke De Jong in, which I think we can all agree he deserves a starting spot. Easy one would be for Torres, right? We swap him out, give him a break. He was having a rough time getting shots on target over the weekend. So this could be our starting 11. With that said, Gavi out on the left wing, not his natural position, been playing phenomenal football. Could not ask for more from Gavi. However, maybe Gavi gets a little bit of a rest. Maybe he starts off on the bench and we see either Dembele on that left wing or another possibility here, Aubameyang slides into that left wing. That's a possibility as well. Memphis still unavailable. Ansu unavailable. We got some others that are not available to us as well. But those are the primary two that we're missing from the attack. I would say this is unlikely, but a possibility. I do think Busquets gets a start on the bench. I don't hate this team. If Dembele wasn't going through this contract nonsense, I don't hate this team. What do you all think? If Xavi started with this lineup, are you happy with this? Oscar says, I like Nico in the pivot. KN1 says, I think Alba will get the start. It seems like Xavi was hinting at the press conference. I have a different feeling about that, actually. I thought he danced around it. When they said, is he going to start? He was like, he'll get playing time. You know, he's really been working hard. He's got a lot of skills, a lot of talent. He'll get playing time. But when he was saying that, he started touching his neck and his collar a little bit. So I'm not quite sure if Aubameyang is going to get a start. I'd love to see it. I would love to see Aubameyang get the start. Here's what we'll do. Okay, we've now explored what Xavi might do. What I would like to see happen. Dembele can go to the bench. I want to keep Gavi on that left wing, but I do want to see a little bit of a rotation. So I would actually go Nico start on the bench. Frankie goes right here. Move Pedri over a little bit. Frankie goes right there. Gavi slides in right here. And then I would go Aubameyang. But here's what I would do with that. Let me slide Dembele down here. Here's what I would do with that, folks. I would, of course, have Luke de Jong staying centrally, but maybe he drifts to the right just a little bit. Aubameyang then comes in as another striker. You would have Gavi push out wide left and join the attack. And then Frankie de Jong and Pedri both push up, and they become a double pivot on the attack, of course. Wouldn't mind seeing that. What do you guys think about this? Luke de Jong, Adama, Aubameyang. I don't know if Aubameyang will quite provide the service that Luke is looking for, but it provides a different option on that back post. If we're running through Adama, then option number 1, cross it to Luke. Option number 2, Aubameyang sprinting in on that back post. Or you find a Gavi or Pedri at the top of the box. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this lineup. And it doesn't include Dembele. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to hate on Dembele because I've said this before. What might happen is Dembele goes out into the transfer market and realizes nobody is going to pay him that kind of money. Nobody is going to give him that contract. And then he has to take what Barcelona offer him and he ends up staying. That's a possibility. Heine says Alba should start as striker and then Luke as a sub while Alba moves left and Gavi goes off or goes into the midfield. I don't know. I think Luke de Jong has done enough to earn himself a starting spot. Just saying. Would love to start Alba, Adama, and Ferran. That is a possibility as well. I didn't like what I saw from Ferran out on that left wing in the match over the weekend. We did see at some point, who came on? Was it Luke that came on? Or maybe Aubameyang? I think it was when Aubameyang came on, perhaps. Yeah, Aubameyang came on. Ferran Torres went out left. Aubameyang still having a hard time finding where he fits in with Barcelona right now. It's new team, new tactics, working on his chemistry a little bit. It takes time. Maybe this match is where that happens, but In the meantime, if it ends up being Ferran Torres on the left, Luke centrally, and Adama on the right, I'm okay with that. I think we can all agree that Adama's on the right. Adama, for the time being, is our biggest attacking threat in terms of creating something out of nothing. Pedri in the midfield, of course, is doing wonderful. Gavi in the midfield is doing wonderful. They'll create some chances. But in terms of give me the ball and watch what I do with it, that's Adama Traore. And he is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Afif says, I would love to start Abba, Adama, and Ferran. I think I just said that. Prashanth says, I like this one. Will Xavi count on Abba to start ahead of Ferran? I only say maybe because it's Europa League. And we do have that clash against Valencia coming up over the weekend. That's what I'm thinking. Greg, good morning to you. Says he's worried about Osimhen starting against Eric. We really don't have a lot of options. Araujo is apparently going to be unavailable. Langley, I think, could be available, and I'm a big fan of Langley. I think I'm the one Culers left that still believes in Langley. But for me, I would give him an opportunity in this one. Piqué and Langley, if you remember earlier in the season in Copa del Rey, tremendous pairing the two times that they were asked to play together. Only Juan, what's up, dude? How we doing? Prashanth, hello. Pierre, good morning to you, sir. Says, man, we really need fullbacks. What do you think? What do you think can improve our squad? Because I don't trust Dest Alba defensively against Napoli. Fair point. I'll say this. I think Dest is doing what's asked of him right now. I think the expectations have been lowered, but I think that he still has enough potential and he's shown enough talent to earn himself some more time out on that wing. He can play right, he can play left. The emphasis has been on the defensive side. In the entire first half over the weekend, he did not push ahead of Adama. He played behind him, no overlaps. Second half, he was asked to join in a little bit more. We started looking for goals, but he's doing what he needs to do on the defensive side, talking about Dest. Jordi Alba, yes, when he pushes forward, he can get caught upfield. But that's why we have Frankie on that left-hand side right now, playing in behind him, covering defensively. And then we were relying on Araujo covering Dani Alves' side on the right. But now with Serginho Dest playing more defensively and more pace, it's not as much of a hole. So I'm okay with it. Hector says Frankie is in Busquets' spot. You got to rotate players. Yeah, you have to do it, and I think now's the time. I think with, like I said, Valencia coming up on Sunday, Busquets has been playing 90 minutes of every match. At some point, you got to give him a break. At some point, it has to happen. Prashant says, one question. If we win Europa and go to the Super Cup, how much do we earn? That's a good question. We can probably look that up real quick. We can go, how much does winner here of the Super Cup win? 5 million. Runner-up gets 3.8. Winner gets 5 million. So not a lot, not very prestigious, I should say. And there's a big difference between Europa and Champions League. Yeah, not good. Not good, folk. Those are low numbers. For the 21-22 season, a group stage participation, victory. Also, each winner gets this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, can earn between 15 and 25 million. That's not terrible, but if you look at this, Champions League gets, what? It's only 4.5? I thought it was way more than that. Then Euros must have been talking about collectively throughout the tournament. Okay, the Champions League finalists will each get 18.3 million. There it is, but the winner gets an additional 4.8. There's the difference. Okay, if you guys can see that right there. Champions League finalists each get 18.3 million. The winner gets an additional 4.8. And I think it's something like 10 million for each round that you get through. It was a big financial hit for us to not get into the round of 16 Champions League. We can all admit that. Big financial hit, but we'll recover. We were starting off in the hole anyway. Am I right? I'm seeing in the chat that folks are saying Langley is still injured. I was hoping he's going to be ready for this. Memphis also still injured. Of course, Ansu is out long term. Only Juan says that he's been good, been a while, alive and well, watching Barcelona getting themselves into a great position, now looking sharper with all the new energy. Regarding the earnings of the cup, it's not that much. Yeah, not a lot, but it's one trophy that we don't have. We haven't been in the tournament since 2003, 2004, never made it past the semifinal, and that trophy is missing from our cabinet. So that's one bonus if we do make a nice run here. And like I said, it is not an easy run to the final or to the trophy for Barcelona. There's plenty of good teams in there. Again, if we just pop over and look at who might be getting through: Sevilla, Betis, Atalanta, Dortmund, Leipzig, Sociedad, Porto, Lazio, and our current opponent, Napoli, all give me worries. Hector says, who do I get rid of first? Only veteran players? Ooh. That's a tough question. Probably Alba. Yeah, because if we're looking at Busquets, Alba, Piqué, Sergio Roberto is pretty much on his way out. I don't think his contract is going to renew. Jordi Alba would be the one that I would replace first, then Busquets, then Piqué. I think that's where I would take that. Let's go. Kudos keeping those reminders going for the likes. I do appreciate it. Before we wrap up today, folks, one more invitation to join the Undefeated community before today's live watch-along. Barcelona hosting Napoli. It's going to be a tough match. Like I said, kickoff is at 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going live about 30 minutes before that. So come hang out. The starting 11 should be released. We'll get your thoughts, your reaction. We'll get predictions in. Early on, I'm thinking 2-1 Barca. At the Camp Nou, we rarely lose to Italian sides, but Napoli have some firepower. So I'm thinking 2-1 Barcelona. We'll see how if my feelings change over the next few hours. I'm going to go get my day started. I'm going to try to get moving around, get a little exercise in, get some dopamine going in the old headspace there. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. And come back in just a few hours. We are 4, 5. I know how to do math. 5 hours. We're about a little bit over 5 hours away from kickoff. So one more time, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. If you're watching live or on replay, let me know what you think about a potential starting 11. What do you think Xavi's going to go with? And then what do you think starting 11 should be? What would be your preferred 11? I'd love to hear it as we wrap things up here on today's episode of Wake Up in Barca. Again, a very special Thursday episode. And I do want to thank you all for giving me some grace. I was just not feeling well last few days. You might hear I sound a little congested. Not sure what's going on. It's not the virus, I'm sure. So we're good there. But just feeling a little rundown. So I appreciate everyone giving me the day off yesterday. And it was fun doing a special Thursday episode, especially on a day when we've got Europa League. Perhaps we move our typical Wednesday episodes to Thursday on match days. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that, if that's a possibility. Maybe it works out better for some schedules. I don't love the idea of getting away from the consistency of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but how often are we going to be in Europa League anyway? Am I right? So maybe we switch it over to Thursdays for the time being. I'd love to get your thoughts on that and what you think about the match. All right. And I will be back, like I said, in just about 5 hours right here on the Undefeated channel. And we'll be doing live watch along, folks. All right. That's going to do it for now. I was going to say for today, but not even for today. That's going to do it for now. We'll be back later on. I want to just say thank you to all my friends here in the excuse me, all my friends here in the Undefeated community for starting your day here. I really appreciate you coming in and participating in the chat. adding some positive vibes as we drink some caffeine, start our day, get caught up on the news. It's always a good time here on Wake Up in Barca. I love that I have this opportunity to come and start my day with the Stash Squad. So thank you all very much. I love you guys. You know that. And I will see you later today for Barcelona, Napoli, Europa League. Love you all very much. Thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see you all soon. Mwah.